Good morning, Alta Vista students. It is Monday morning. One of the things I miss most is meeting with you for Monday morning assembly. So I decided with Mr. Becker's help and Mrs. O'Brien and Mrs. Martinez that we would do a little Monday morning assembly, and hopefully you all will join us for this. Just a couple of things for parents and people watching. Monday morning assembly is a time for us to all get together. We come to celebrate things that the students have done the week before. We talk about what's coming up in the week, what to expect. We recognize April birthdays or whatever month that is, and we just have a great time together. But the very first thing we do is sing our Alta Vista Rocks song, and I so miss hearing all of your big booming voices singing that song with me. But I'm going to spare you and not sing it by myself because it just wouldn't be the same. So I hope that you all are getting through this okay. I want to, your teachers are letting me know when you meet your AR goals. Some classes are doing AR goals and some are not. So I'm seeing those of you that have met your AR goals, and I know your teachers are celebrating that on your Google Classroom, so that's great. Keep up the great work. One of the other things we celebrate is Math Hall of Fame, if students have met their math facts in 2 or 3 minutes. So I hope you guys are still doing math facts because it is so important to be keeping up with those as well. Other things that we do is Mrs. O'Brien and Mrs. Blacker talk about their week ahead, and they give awards to the class that had most behavior and participation the week before. So those are some of the things we do, Monday morning assembly. The other thing we do is we talk about our word of the week, which I did last week on my video, if you saw that video, and we talked about resilience. This week, the word I have chosen is compassion. I read a really great story about Helen Keller just this weekend, and Helen Keller, most of you know, had some very significant disabilities. She was blind and deaf and could not do many of the things that we all take for granted. But she did not let that stop her, and she worked very hard to become an incredibly successful woman as a speaker, as a writer, did some pretty amazing things. But she was also known for her compassion. So this week's word is compassion. And she had a great quote. She used to go and visit soldiers that had been injured in the war and were either blind or deaf, and she would go to visit them to show them compassion and that they had hope and that they could do things like her. So she encouraged them and gave them that kind of compassion. The quote, I just love this quote, so listen. Believe when you are most unhappy, and all of us are having to experience some unhappiness through all of this change, when you are most unhappy, that there is something for you to do in the world. So long as you can sweeten another's pain, life is not in vain. So my challenge to you this week is to show compassion and find a way to sweeten someone's pain. In other words, make it less. And find ways to encourage them. Maybe you could write a letter or write some letters to people in the nursing home because they are not getting to see people, or just make some phone calls to your grandma or anyone who's having to be shut in. So have a great week. I'm going to have a few staff members step in and say hello to you. First is Mrs. O'Brien.
Hello, my little Easter peeps. Just wanted to say hi and let you know that I miss you and I miss exercising you around the playground. Hopefully you're doing a little bit on your own. I have a paper here that I'm going to have Mrs. Martinez put on the Facebook page. I gave it to you a while ago. It's the 100 things to do before you're 12. Now you have some time to do some of these things, like read a book under a tree, find shapes in the clouds, just several things like that. So check that out. Stay safe. Just wanted to say hello. Stay healthy.
Next is Mrs. Martinez.
Hi guys, I just want to say that I miss you and I love you, and I have a challenge for you. I challenge you to do something that makes you smile or laugh at least one time a day. All right, take care.
All right, so I'm gonna just wake this computer up. There we go. The last thing we want to do, we're staying distance apart, but we want to lead you in the Pledge of Allegiance. So I hope when you see this video that you'll stand up, check out the flag behind me, and say the pledge with us. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Yay. Hey kiddos, have a great week. You are loved, you are missed. Don't ever forget that. I can't wait to see you again. Take care and be well.